Today's topic is isoniazid. Isoniazid is a high tetracycline of isonicotinic acid, the mainstay of anti-tubercular therapy. This drug should be included in all therapeutic regimes if tolerated. Have a look on mechanism of action. Isoniazid is bacteriostatic for resting bacilli and bactericidal for rapidly dividing organism. Its mechanism of action is not fully known. However, the drug probably disrupts bacterial cell wall synthesis by inhibiting mycolic acid synthesis. Isoniazid has activity only against organisms in the genus Mycobacterium. More specifically, it has demonstrated activity against Mycobacterium tuberculosis, Mycobacterium bovis, and selected strains of Mycobacterium kansasi. Now, as far as its therapeutic uses are concerned, it is the most widely used anti-tubercular agent. Isoniazid should be given in combination with other anti-tubercular drugs such as rifampin, ethambutol, and pyrazinamide to prevent drug resistance in tuberculosis. Moreover, it is referred to as preventive therapy of chemoprophylaxis. Isoniazid may be administered alone for up to 1 year in adults or children who have a positive tuberculin test result but lack active lesions. Most common adverse effects of isoniazid are skin rash, fever, jaundice, and peripheral neuritis. However, hepatitis is an occasional reaction and it can be severe in some cases. The risk of hepatitis increases with the patient's age and rises with alcohol abuse, and for this we need to monitor liver function test. Other effects are blood dyscrasis, for example, agranulocytosis, aplastic or hemolytic anemia, thrombocytopenia may occur, and for this condition we need to monitor complete blood count routinely. Adverse GI effects include nausea, vomiting, and epigastric distress. Moreover, CNS toxicity may result from pyridoxine deficiency, and in this condition, signs and symptoms include insomnia, restlessness, hyperreflexia, and convulsion. Pyridoxine 15 to 50 mg per day should be administered to patients taking isoniazid to minimize the peripheral neuropathy associated with its use, especially in patients with diabetes, HIV, uremia, alcoholism, malnutrition, pregnancy, or seizure disorders. Now have a look on significant interactions. Number 1 is with phenytoin therapy. In this case, blood levels of both phenytoin and isoniazid may increase and possibly causing toxicity. Number 2 is aluminum-containing antacids, which may reduce isoniazid absorption. Number 3 is with concurrent carbamazepine therapy, which may increase the risk of hepatitis. Number 4 is use of isoniazid with other anti-tubercular agents, such as cycloserine or ethionamide, which may cause additive nervous system effects. Moreover, there is the potential for the serotonin syndrome to exist when isoniazid is used in combination with selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors or in patients with taking meperidine. Isoniazid has been shown to have some monoamine oxidase inhibiting activity. Thank you. Keep learning with MediWorld.